All right, so go ahead and sit either on a block or on your heels, whatever's going to be most appropriate for you today. So this is going to be a yin detox, kind of a flow. We're going to link a couple poses together before going to the other side. We'll hold the poses anywhere from 3 to 4 minutes, and there'll be a few more poses than what we're used to. So it'll be a little bit more, but we're going to really drop into our mental state a little bit while we're dropping in. So less talking once we get into it to allow you to observe your thoughts and let go. We are going to observe the new moon today, or sorry, the full moon today, and do a little full moon meditation after we do a little bit of Taoist breath. So we're going to do our Taoist breath. I'm going to remind you of it. I'll show you an example of it, and then I'll lead you through 5 rounds. I'll lead you through probably 3 rounds and then let you do the last 2 rounds yourself. So the way that it looks like you're on your heels because you're going to be bowing forward a little bit. But when we start, we reach up. And then on our exhale, we're going to push nice and slow arms away. And then as we inhale, our hands will come to our shoulders. As we exhale, we're going to round the spine and push our hands away. And then we're going to reach up nice and tall with those arms. And then as we exhale, you can either reach the arms forward to bow or you can reach them back behind you. And then we repeat. We'll inhale and we continue to repeat that. All right, so we're gonna do that 5 times. So sit nice and tall. Exhale fully here. As you inhale, take those arms up nice and slow. Exhale, push the arms slow away from you. Inhale, fingers to shoulders. Exhale, push the arms away around the spine. Inhale, reaches those arms up, lift the chest. Exhale, bowing forward. Inhale, takes the arms up. Exhale, arms away. Inhale, hands to shoulders. Exhale, push the hands away around the spine. Inhale, lift up, reach up. Exhale, lengthen forward. Inhale, reaches the arms up. Exhale, arms away. Inhale, hands to shoulders. Exhale, push the hands away around the spine. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. 2 more, inhaling. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last round, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lift your chest. If you're comfortable staying on your knees, stay there. Otherwise, undo that. Come to a comfortable seat. Sitting up nice and tall, let those eyes close. Take 1 full inhale here. And let it go. Allow yourself to wiggle and settle into your space. Coming into the room, onto your mat, and into your body. We're going to go through a little meditation, a little intention setting on this full moon. With the full moon, thinking of being able to release and releasing the old things and making way for new things in your life. And these old things can be repetitive patterns in your behavior, your thoughts, your negativity. It could be people that surround you. It could be something in your space that you've been meaning to let go of and you haven't yet. So I'm going to say a phrase and you'll repeat this to yourself in your head. Just trying to release anything that is attached to these phrases, so these different things that you may hold dear according to these emotions. I release untrustworthiness. I release doubt. I release fear and anger. I release resentment. I release judgment. I release envy and comparison. I release relations that no longer work for me. I release toxic people. I'm going to go through that one more time, and as I do, anything that comes up, imagine a big beam of the full moon sunlight, or the full moon moonlight, and release that into the moonlight and let it take it away and evaporate it. So it comes away from you and goes out, and the moon can take care of anything you need to let go of. I release trustworthiness. I release doubt. I release fear and anger. I release resentment. I release judgment. I release envy and comparison. I release relationships that no longer work for me. I release toxic people. Just taking a few moments here in silence. Maybe go through and find a few more of those that you still need to release. Letting them go into the full moonlight that is about to come up tonight. And then repeating to yourself, I look forward to clarity. I look forward to peace. I look forward to love. I look forward to abundance. I look forward to positivity. Today in our yin practice, anytime that doubt, those things you want to release come up into your practice, bring back to mind that you are looking forward to bringing in clarity, peace, love, abundance, and positivity. See if you can change the script in your mind, let go of those things that you no longer need, and welcome new, more positive things into your life. Taking an inhale here. And let it go. Allow your eyes to blink open. If you're not already in a cross-legged position, you're going to come to cross-legged. You're going to take your right shin in front of your left. Have any props that you might need around you. And then just pause there and just kind of notice if you need to have anything underneath your seat to help you feel a little bit less rounded in the spine. But we are going to roll forward. So again, it is a yin practice. We're going to really let go. So if you want, you can bring a bolster, blanket, or whatever, and down in front of you, and you're just going to start to round forward. So you're leaning forward. We're going to get just a little bit into the hips to begin. So your right shin's in front of your left. You're going to relax those legs as much as possible. Let yourself round forward. Maybe even let your forehead rest on something. It can be a bolster, pillow, chair, couch. And just rounding in, settle in here. And once you're there, take a full inhale. And then sigh it out, let yourself drop into that pose. Remembering our 3 principles of yin, finding your edge, that place where you're almost going to your max, but you're just below that, so you can allow yourself to energetically let go of those muscles. And then you're going to settle into stillness. Try not to fidget, try not to move around too much physically. And then let that translate into your mind settling in. If it does go away to things that are not positive, bring those thoughts back to positivity. Release those things that you want to let go of. And then settling in for time. And you're going to notice in different poses, different criticisms of what your body can or cannot do is going to come up. Give yourself some loving kindness. Accept what you can do. Let go of the expectations of what you should do. And bring yourself back to those sensations in your body. Taking a full inhale here. And let it go. Slowly roll yourself up. Then we're just going to do an easy little twist to the right. So twisting over to the right, if you would like to make it a little bit deeper, you have the option of hugging that knee into your chest, just to go a little bit deeper, hooking that around, and lifting the chest and twisting to the right. Or keep the knee on the ground and just twisting to the right. And again, you're going to try to keep your legs relaxed, your arms relaxed, maybe even dropping your chin toward your chest. So each step of the way, in each little flow, we're going to have a forward fold, a twist. We're just going to progressively get a little bit deeper, detoxing the body, contracting our midsection, the organs inside, putting some compression on them, and then releasing them, allowing ourselves to contract and put pressure on those organs and then allow them to open back up, taking in hopefully a new fresh blood supply. Letting the blood circulate, letting the energy circulate, releasing any blockages. Taking a full inhale here. And let it go. Slowly coming out of your twist. Maybe even taking those legs out straight, giving them a break from being bent for a moment. And just pause there for a few moments, acknowledging the sensations in the body, acknowledging where the thoughts are. And then as you are ready, go ahead and take your left shin in front of your right. And then notice if you need any cushioning underneath you, and start to round forward. Really rounding the spine here, getting into the spine, into the hips. Letting the head relax if you can onto something. Arms can be forward or back, whatever feels better for your shoulders. And once you're there, take a full inhale. And as you exhale, release any tension, any muscle energy, and settle into that stillness. And having that compression on the internal body into those organs helps to alleviate any blockages in that area, bringing flesh blood. But then also allowing this time as we fold forward to allow our thoughts to go inward, to allow ourselves to experience what's happening in our mind. Going back to that meditation around the full moon, anytime those negative things that you don't want to hold on to come creeping into your mind, just say, I release you. And then come back to looking forward to experiencing or receiving all the things you want to receive in life. Maybe you focus on one thing today. Maybe it's abundance or clarity. Whatever's going to resonate with you. Taking a full inhale here. And let it go. Slowly start to round yourself up. And then making that simple or deeper twist to the left. So hand on thigh and just really twisting. Or if it feels okay, start to bend that left knee, hugging it in. Try to release through the hip, release through the neck. And allow that belly to press into the thigh as you deepen your breath. Noticing those sensations that are happening in the body. Allowing yourself not to need to sit up so tall. It's more like round into the twist if it's accessible to you. These first couple poses are just about getting into the body, getting into the sensations. We'll progressively get a little deeper. So tuning into those sensations that are happening in the body now. And as we go deeper, be mindful of those areas that are feeling a little bit more tight, a little bit more resistant. Taking a full inhale here. And let it go. Slowly start to lift yourself up. Releasing that twist. Maybe even extending the legs. And taking a moment there. And if it feels good, maybe lean back into your hands, open the chest or a little counter pose. Just notice those sensations happening. So we're going to go into a little bit deeper into our hips and into the twistings. So coming into half shoelace pose. So we're going to start with our right leg on top. So our right leg's going to be on top, bending it back. If again this is too much for you, you can prop yourself up. If that's still too much for you, maybe you do a figure four. So you have those options. If you want to go deeper, if you're not happy with the sensations happening here, you can always take your left foot and draw it back. That's going to get deeper sensations. But if you feel like it's too much be under the knee, I know I like to have a little bit of a padding under my knee so my knee doesn't hyperextend. I just place it just up closer toward my thigh so my knee has a little bit of extra space there and I'm not cutting off circulation. And you're just going to start to round forward. So again, if you want to have that compression, that detox compression, maybe roll up a blanket or a pillow, place it right against your belly, and round right over that. And then again, your head can rest on blocks, bolsters, whatever you have available. Maybe your head just dangles, creating a little bit more sensation along the neck. And take a big inhale once you've found your edge. And exhale, let yourself settle in. Making note of the sensations. Not passing any judgment on them, but just noticing. Noticing where the mind goes. Releasing those negative thoughts. Inviting in positivity. See if for these last few rounds of breath you can let go of any energy that you're holding in your muscles. Let go of that contraction. Drop into the body. And taking a full inhale here. And let it go. Slowly start to round yourself up. From here, we're going to transition onto our back, coming into that reclining pigeon pose. So from here, you can even keep that bolster if you have it on your thigh. You're going to roll yourself back. And this is where if you have your strap and you don't want to really reach with your arms, you're going to wrap that strap around your thigh. So you can keep your arms kind of relaxed. And just drawing that in using just your hands around the strap, relaxing the shoulders. And then usually we flex our feet, see if you can let them relax. And drawing those legs in. Having that bolster around that right side or that blanket around that right side just gets a little bit more compression. See if whatever pose you're in once you're there and you take a big exhale, see if you can let your shoulders and jaw relax. Noticing the sensations along the hip. Have about another minute here, checking in with those sensations. Taking a nice full inhale here. And let it go. Slowly release the legs to the floor. Knees can stay bent or straight. Take a moment, you might want to strap. You want to take something, maybe a blanket or a bolster onto the left side of your body for your leg. So two options here. Your right leg is going to either have the strap around it, so around the sole of the foot, and that straight leg is going to drop over and rest on the block or the bolster. Or you don't have to have the strap, you can just kind of relax the leg down if you want to just keep it more relaxed. So you have different options depending on what the intensity you want to go into for this pose. It's a twist. So your right shoulder may be up off the ground, your right leg's across your body. But then start to settle in. That left leg can be as bent or as straight as you need it to be able to feel the sensations where you need on your edge. And then once you're there, take a full inhale in and let it go. Scan over the body. Notice if you're holding any muscle tension. And see as you breathe if you can let it go. If there's a particular point that's sticking, that feels even more sensation, see if you can direct your breath to that area to see if that helps it release. And acknowledging any of those thoughts that come up, anything that's not going to serve you in a positive way, release it to the full moon and invite that positive thought, that positive action into your mind. Really allowing yourself to be here with your thoughts, with the sensations in your body. Try not to allow yourself to get distracted onto a storyline, whether it be in the past or what's coming forward in the future. Try to stay in the present. And when your mind does wander, no judgment, no criticism, just tell it it's time to start anew. A fresh start again, back in the present. Taking a full inhale here. And let it go. If your leg is extended straight, start to bend it, and start to draw that knee up to the ceiling. Placing both feet on the floor to allow yourself to come onto your mat. And then your choice, you can keep the knees bent, you can let the knees knock in, you can extend the legs long. And just take a couple moments here, acknowledging those sensations. And maybe bring some movement back into the body, maybe some windshield wiper legs, maybe hug the knees into the chest. And we're going to bring ourselves back up to seated to come into the second side. Moving mindfully, slowly. And as you come up, we'll start with that shoelace pose. Our left leg will be on top. Extending the right leg, bringing that left leg on top. And then if it's okay, maybe the right leg comes back as well. Using anything that you need to allow yourself to be in this pose. Lengthening forward when you're ready. And then take the first few moments of this pose to settle in. And then once you've arrived, take a full inhale and let it go. Let yourself round into it. Release the legs, relax the spine. Settling in not only into your body, into those sensations, but into the thoughts of your mind. Taking a full inhale here. And let it go. Slowly start to curl yourself up. And then we're going to come down onto our backs. Coming into that reclining figure four. Using any props you need to allow yourself to be supported. And then as you settle in, start to relax those legs, relax the shoulders. Take a full inhale and let it go. Let yourself drop in here, finding that edge, noticing the hip, maybe the ankles and knees. Taking a full inhale here. And let it go. Slowly release those legs, bring the feet to the floor. Pausing there for a moment. And then taking your prop, placing it on your right side. If you used the strap last time around the ball, around the sole of the left foot, you have that as an option. And you're going to take that leg across your body, so left leg's across the body, resting on the prop, the blanket, the bolster if you need it. And then opening up the chest toward the ceiling, letting that left arm open to the side. Let your right leg relax any little bit. Adjust so you're coming to the edge of your stretch. So again, the intensity on the outer hip of that left leg can be as tense as you want it by keeping the leg as straight or as bent as you need. And then take a full inhale there. And let it go. Dropping into stillness. Allowing yourself to stay in the present with those sensations, with those thoughts as they arise. Releasing the negativity and welcoming those positive thoughts. over your next 3 or 4 breaths, see if you can go from your neck, shoulders, hips, and legs, and see if you can relax them. I know I tend to hold tension a little bit more and some energetic gripping of my muscles, at least in my hips and my glutes. Yours might be elsewhere, but see if you can let go of that contraction of muscle. Let your body soften. Let your body take shape as to where you're going to feel the sensation. I'm taking a full inhale here. And let it go. If your leg is straight, start to bend it so then you can then bring the knee up toward the ceiling. Draw both knees up to the ceiling, either pause there or extend those legs into a little mini Shavasana, noticing those sensations that are happening on the left and right side of your body. Taking a few deep breaths here. See if you can notice the blood flow, the energy flow through that left side. And making any movements that you might need to, maybe bending the knees again, maybe windshield wipering those legs. Then we're going to mindfully come up to our hands and knees. So you roll to one side, pressing yourself up into those hands. Coming to your hands and knees. We're going to come into swan pose, which is a variation of pigeon, and we get to be very relaxed. So if you need or you want, you can have a nice bolster. I'm going to use this this pillow. I'm going to slide my right knee forward and my left knee back. So if I feel like I need some support under that right hip to let go energetically, I can place a pillow, a blanket, and then kind of just let that back leg relax. And then as you're ready, that front knee can go out to the right any bit that it needs to. It can stay straight ahead. You're going to start to round forward. Maybe as you start to round forward, maybe your head comes to a pillow, a blanket, a bolster, whatever is best to suit your edge, and then start to settle in. Sometimes even having a bolster under the front side of the body kind of helps support the spine and helps keep a little bit of the weight up off the hip if the hip is bothering you or the knee. If this becomes too painful in the knee area, 2 options, too much sensation, prop the hips up higher, or do that reclined figure 4 again. But then see if you can relax into this pose. Once you're there, exhale fully. Settle into some stillness. Target areas here are the hips, the knees, the ankles, maybe even into that low back. You have about another minute here. You can continue to stay here. If you would like to take it into a little bit of a twist, you'll bring yourself up onto your elbows, which might need to come up onto a block. Then you're just going to start to rotate yourself toward the right. So your right elbow might come to your right thigh. Your right hand might come to your low back. So you're once you're wherever you are, you're just going to kind of relax your head, relax it down. There's a slight twist here. Taking a full inhale there. And exhale. If you found yourself into the twist, bring yourself back to center first. Come up onto those elbows. And then slowly onto the hands. Tuck the back toe and sliding that right knee back. Couple options here. You can do a couple cat-cows. Maybe you sit back in child's pose if that feels okay. Maybe that's too much compression for the knee. So you just straighten that right knee out and just pause there for a few breaths. Noticing the sensation. And then when you're ready, transitioning to the second side. So sliding that left knee forward. And again, just notice as you slide it forward, notice what's happening on that left side. It's not going to be just like the right. Maybe you need more cushion, maybe you need less. Maybe you need more external rotation toward the left. Maybe you need cushions under your chest or pelvis. Just start to settle in. Moving mindfully and slowly into your position. And then once you're there, see if you can relax the legs. Feel them growing heavy into the floor. Let your head and shoulders round forward. Settling into stillness. You have about 1 more minute here. And again, you can stay lengthening out forward or maybe start to bring yourself up and start to find a little twist to the left. Rotating. Right arm's going to stay down, maybe left elbows on your thigh, maybe hand to the low back. Just finding a twist. And then let yourself round into that. Taking a full inhale there. And exhale. If you found yourself into a twist, bring yourself out of the twist first. And then slowly start to bring yourself back up to your hands and knees. Grunting and groaning along the way. And again, your choice, you have child's pose. You can extend that left leg if that's going to feel better. Taking any movements you need. Maybe doing a few rounds of cat-cow. Opening the chest a little. Next, we're going to do a little bit more of opening up the chest and stressing the spine a little bit, opening up. You have the option of being reclined on a blanket, on a towel, on a block, bolster, whatever's gonna best suit you. Preferably not a cat like mine that's laying on my blanket now. He's telling me it's too bright. His hands over, his paws over his eyes. So we're gonna come onto our backs, and you have options for your legs. Your legs can go out straight, or you could bring the soles of your feet in for Baddha Konasana. So you might wanna have something to put under your hips to give them a little bit more support. So I'm gonna lay back on my blocks. Slide this guy out of the way. I'm gonna go on a little bit lower height today. My head's gonna be a little higher. And just opening up the front side of the body while you're stressing a little bit of that low back. And then you're gonna bend those knees out to the side for Baddha Konasana if that's gonna feel okay to you today. And you might need some pillows or bolsters under those hips so that you can really relax those legs. I'm gonna use my cat on one side. I don't think he'll mind. There we go. And then just let your heart open up. So again, you don't need to be on blocks or on anything super high. It could be on something as little as a rolled up towel along your spine. Just allow it to open up and put a little compression into that low back. And once you're there, settle in. Taking a full inhale. And an exhale. Sometimes it even feels good to put a little bit of weight across the top of your body from your hips all the way up to your chest, or even just across the hips, helping you feel a little bit more grounded here. Just noticing the sensations that are happening. Along the spine, into the hips, across the chest and the upper back. We have about 1 more minute here. Taking a full inhale here. And let it go. Slowly and mindfully bring those knees back up. You might even need to help them with your hands. Maybe even let the knees knock in. The feet go a little bit wider. And then slowly draw the chin toward your chest. Bring yourself off any props that you're on. Setting those off to the side. And allow yourself to come back down onto the floor. And just pause there. Notice how the body's feeling, especially the upper back, the lower back, all along the spine. And then when you're ready, maybe start to draw those knees into the chest. Give yourself a little squeeze, a little rock. Preparing for Shavasana. As we go into Shavasana, I'm going to take you through a little bit of that meditation that we did at the beginning, allowing yourself to release anything else that's you're lingering onto. Maybe from your viewpoint of where you are, you have a view of the moon or some of its moonlight, and you can send some of those negative things off their way into the moon. And I'm just going to let it settle into silence, and I will leave you there for as long as you need. So I'm going to say goodbye before our meditation as you settle out into Shavasana. Just go ahead and lengthen those legs out. Use any props you need to so that you are supported, so that you are warm. Maybe even covering those eyes. Your arms can go wide here to begin, or maybe you take both hands and place them on your belly, that gut instinct. That place that we've been working, those inner organs. Allowing those hands to give a little loving kindness to that area. An area that does bring up negative thoughts in everybody's mind about that midsection of our body. But it should be thought of more kindly in that it holds all of our vital organs. Just give it a little loving kindness right now. And then again, repeating to yourself and releasing any of these things, any thoughts that come up with these emotions. I release untrustworthiness. I release doubt. I release fear and anger. I release envy and comparison. I release resentment. release relationships that no longer work. I release toxic people. I release toxic thoughts. Anything that came up there, send it away. Give it away to that full moon. And then repeating to yourself that you are open to receiving love, open to receiving abundance, open to receiving positivity, open to receiving clarity. Inviting those positive thoughts into your body as you surrender here for as long as you need. Thank you for joining me. Namaste.